Good morning, Holly Street friends. Happy Earth Day. It is Wednesday, April 22nd. It is Earth Day. Mr. Dietrich told us about some really wonderful things yesterday that we can do to try to help our planet because, as he said, this is the only planet that we have. So we need to try to keep it just as healthy as we try to keep ourselves. He mentioned the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Those are wonderful things that all of us can try to do in our lives. I have 2 art projects for you today. One is making a planet Earth, and one is making some spring flowers. But they both use things that I'm actually reusing. So it's things that could have been thrown out, but I've kept around because lots of the things that we get that could be thrown away can not only be used again, but they can be used for something different, like art. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to make a shaving cream planet Earth. So let's turn around and look at what we need. We are going to use shaving cream, food coloring, blue and green, a spatula, either a chopstick or a paintbrush, or you could even use a toothpick for this part. And then we'll just need either a kitchen knife or an old paint mixer. Now the reuse part of this project is some old paper plates. Now frequently after a party, which this is for a birthday party, we end up with 1 or 2 paper plates left that you could just throw away. I like to keep them because you can use paper plates for so many things. You can make them into flowers, you can make them into masks, you can make them into really beautiful snakes. These we are going to turn into the planet Earth. So first thing we're going to do is, the other thing we're going to need is a baking tray, just to keep things kind of contained and neat. And I'm going to use a second one for the other part of it. So we're going to take our shaving cream and spray it into a circle about the size of our plate. All right, just kind of like that. Now we use our spatula to spread it out some. Get it a little flatter. Get it a little more even. Just like spreading whipped cream or icing or anything like that. Just spread it around a little bit. Now, the reason why we are using blue and green is because those are the 2 colors associated most with the planet Earth. We're called the blue planet because the majority of our planet is covered in water. Blue. And when you look at a globe, you'll see lots and lots and lots of blue. The parts of the planet that are covered by land, that have the continents and the places that we live, are usually green because we do still have some trees and grass and lots of green living things. So we have blue food coloring. We can use a whole lot of it. We just put dots of it all around wherever it goes, just like that. And then we're going to come back and do some green also. Just drop it onto the top. Next, very easy, you're going to take either your chopstick or the end of your paintbrush or a toothpick. We're going to come over here and just swirl it all around. Just make it really neat and swirl, swirl, swirl. Get it all to mix up. Try to spread it to the sides, all over the edge, bring it back in. Now it's already looking pretty neat. We'll do a little bit more. Kind of looks like a piece of marbled paper. Which maybe we'll show you how to do some paper marbling later on this year. So that's it. We can take a look at it. It's really neat. You can see how the blues and the greens have mixed into each other, and there's still the whites, which kind of look like clouds within it. And then It's a pretty simple process. You take your paper plate, you're going to use this side, the white side, turn it over, and just put it on top. Now we don't want to push down real hard, because if you push down real hard, all of the shaving cream is going to squirt out the sides and get off of your tray and make a big mess. So we just put it down on top. Give it a nice gentle push. Just like that. Grab the edge, lift it off, and take a look at what we made. That's pretty neat. Now you can see that it is sticking up off the page, off the paper. We're going to come over to the other tray and try to fix that. Just put it down here. I'm going to use my paint scraper because I can probably get the whole thing scraped in one go. And just put it down. And this is a little hard to do while I'm holding the phone, but we'll figure it out. Just scrape it across. You can kind of see how I'm scraping it across here. Just bring it across. Scrape it all the way across. Try to get it off the top edge also. Set that back down over here. Then you can see our nice planet Earth. Looks a lot like the Earth looks when it's photographed from a spaceship. It's got the clouds, the white clouds that are streaking across. You can see the blue water coming up to the green landscape. So that's our planet Earth using reused paper plates, reused paint stick, and just some leftover shaving cream. Now the nice part about this also is that you can do another one. Come back over here, flatten that out a little bit more. Add just a few more drops. I'm going to add more blue because it seems like we've got a lot of green in this right now. And start swirling it again. Each one you make is going to be different. You don't have to swirl it all the way up. You can do it, focus on one spot and make a really big, make a spiral pattern down here. All kinds of things you can do. But once you do that again, if you have another plate, flip it over, make another planet. So that's planet Earth. Happy Earth Day. Now we're going to come over here. I'm going to show you something else that I like to use leftover paper plates for. I like to use them as pallets to hold my paint when I'm doing paint projects. This one we're going to make some spring flowers using just paint and an old soda bottle. Old soda bottles are pretty neat. They have a really interesting pattern on the bottom. We're going to use both the bottom and the top on this, and then just a paintbrush. It's very easy to take the label off, leave the lid on, dip the bottom of the bottle into the color that you want the flowers. I'm going to use red. See? Already it kind of looks like a flower. Come over to your paper, just put it down. It's going to be a little easier with two hands. Lots of things with art are, but we're going to make it happen anyway. Another one. Dip again. Come back. Another flower. Another flower. Some more. Another one. And another one. Now I'm going to turn the bottle over carefully to try to keep the red from getting on my hands. Then I'm going to come back and use the top in the yellow and come back to my flowers and put a nice yellow center on each of my flowers. Get a little bit more for the last few. Just like that. And if you want to be a little more creative, you could actually use a second color, maybe a purple or something else, and dip the bottom and do even more petals. You can rotate rotate the bottle as you're doing it to make more and more petals. Now after we've done that, I've got a paper towel over here so I can set that on and not be messy. But then we can just take our paintbrush, get a little bit of green or whatever other color you might want. Remember, your flowers don't have to look like they do in nature. They can look like anything you want them to do or to be. And just make a little line, 2 little leaves. We're making the stalks, the stems. Just nice and simple. If you flatten your paintbrush, it makes kind of a nice leaf shape and already. Bring this one down. Another one here. 2 more. One more. And there you have a nice little spring garden. It's a flower garden made with a bottle that most of the times will just get put right into the recycling or the trash. The other thing we can do now is use that paper towel, wipe off this paper plate, let it dry, and put it with our art supplies, because next time we want to do a painting, we have a palette that's already ready for us. So here we are, 2 projects using reused materials that could have gotten thrown out, which I'm always glad not to do because it's a lot cheaper than going out and buying things, honestly. So here we have flowers and a nice planet Earth. Happy Earth Day, everyone. Cannot wait to see you Friday on our Sharebox call, and I hope all of you have a wonderful week. Bye.